Okay. That's what they didn't want me to do it. Isn't that what you used to do?
It's the best part of the job, isn't it?
Right, yeah. I have one at home.
Yeah. Roll call?
Ferris,
Here.
Orlando Corey,
Here.
Daggy,
Here.
Posey.
Here. Okay, approval or amendments to the today's agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I second.
Roll call?
Ferris,
Here.
Orlando Corey,
Yes.
Daggy,
Yes.
Posey.
Yes. Okay, approval of minutes on October 18th, 2023. I think we had all three members that were at that meeting are here today, so
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
roll call?
Ferris,
Here.
Orlando Corey,
Yes.
Daggy,
Yes.
Posey.
I wasn't here, so.
Was it here, yes?
Oh, it's a yes. It's a yes.
Yes.
And then it's abstain. You can't vote on
Right.
No, but she said here as opposed to yes.
Yes. I meant yes.
That's a yes. Right.
Okay, the Zoning Board of Appeals, Clay Township Zoning Board of Appeals preface. The Clay Township Zoning Board of Appeals, the ZBA, primarily addresses practical difficulty based on lot size, location, shape, or contour, and/or location of existing buildings. We are guided by Section 27.05 of Ordinance 126. There are 5 members on the ZBA. Three members constitute a quorum. We have 4 here today. Each appeal before the ZBA will have a public hearing, at which time the appellant will first present his or her case, and then any public comment regarding that issue will follow. During this time, members of the board may ask questions of clarification. If a particular point gets labored, the chairman has the right to limit the comments. When the public hearing is closed, the board will move onto the deliberation phase of the case before us. If the appellant should disagree with the board's decision, he or she has the right to take it to circuit court within 30 days of the decision. When your appeal hearing has concluded, you are welcome to leave or stay as you wish. Okay, new business. Today we have one item today. JZBA 2023-025, 6384 Green Drive. Do we have a representative for that property in this appeal?
Russ Milnick.
Please come up to the podium, say your name and address.
What did you ask me? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, just say your name and address, and then give us a little...
Russ Milne, cottage is 6384 South Channel Drive.
Okay?
You want my home address?
No, that's...
No? I believe you sent the letter to my home address.
Okay. Okay, you can start and please go through your case based on practical difficulty, unique situation, and the items that are listed in the packet.
You want to know what we're doing?
Yeah.
Basically, you're asking for a
What's the variance for?
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
variance for?
We have a garage. It's narrow, and it's low on one side, and I pile a lot of junk out there because I can't fit anything in the garage. So we want to raise it to my neighbor's level, and as long as we're doing it, I don't have a basement, so I need more place to put things, so that buses, bonus room above, and then do is put that there and put stuff up there, kayaks and, whatever I can't get.
So not for living space, just for
Oh,
storage?
no living. Just a plywood floor, right, Chris? Just plywood on the floor?
Plywood on the floor.
Yeah. And I think because of that trussing, that's where we're getting the 1 foot 10 inch or whatever it is above the thing. But not being a builder, I can't tell you too much more about it,
Are
except
you the
it's.
builder?
Yeah.
Do you want to step up with him so that you can?
Yeah.
That's the only variance you have is on the height?
And the second floor heights too,
Okay.
2 variances. For the overall height and the height of the second floor,
Oh, the overall height. Well,
and the second floor height, too.
It's truly not a second floor, is it? I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's just
bonus
a-
because of the trussing.
Yeah, just a larger bonus storage area. But I think we're within, I think it's like 1.5 feet of the requirements of the mean height. Yeah, so
I mean,
about
right now, the garage that's there is pretty rudimentary, and it's got rafters, so you can't do anything above it. You know.
and that the building adjacent to it on the neighbor's property is about that same height that we're going for, so it's not like it's an irregular, it's not going to be a monstrosity or anything, you know, it's going to fit within the community and all the other houses, you know.
4 or 5 feet longer,
Yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the most.
and 4 or 5 feet to the length.
Yeah, so it's not like some, you know, huge thing. I mean, I don't think we're terribly higher than the limit, like I said, about 1.5 feet, so.
Yeah, you measure that differently, too. It's in the middle of the
Yeah.
peak or something like that? I don't understand how that works.
It's the distance between the ridge and the eave and the ground. I think it's half of that,
Okay.
the mean distance. So,
Okay, I guess you could sit down for now, and we'll open it up for public comment, and then if there's any questions here.
You have pictures, Gary? Do you have pictures?
I guess, is there anybody here from the public to comment on this variance?
Well, I'm a neighbor.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to come up and talk about it, state your name and address.
Hey, my name is Bill Campion, 6358 Green Drive, right next to Russ's house. And I actually designed the building for him based on what I have. And he made it a little bit smaller than what I had, so, which is fine. But it fits in, you know, I have a 3D, or we did in the plans, 3D view of everything, make everything that looks good. When I did it, I made sure that the lines, sight lines for the neighbors wouldn't restrict their view any more than they have now with existing homes out front. So the height, really, I don't think is going to be a visual problem. And Russ, like he says, he's got stuff scattered all over, and he just wants to put it in a storage building.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing that I do with mine.
Okay.
My neighbor behind me, Leonard, probably got this same letter, and I talked to him about it before he got the letter, but I haven't seen him since summer.
Yeah, we didn't get anything we haven't seen anything in the packet, so.
Yeah, I mean, he knew what we were doing.
He's the one on the road?
He's right on the road.
Okay.
And that long piece of property in front of him is, some of it's mine. I'm not blocking any of him.
Yeah, Gary, if you want to come up and explain it a little to us.
Sure, just for some clarification, is that what they're actually only seeking is going to be for the second floor. So 3.01 says you can only have one floor or 15-foot mean height. Now, the 15-foot mean height, due to lack of communication before we got here tonight, early on in the process in plan review, I asked for all the setbacks to be noted on the plan, which originally they were not on the plan. So with the location of where it's going to be situated on the lot, The foot and a half is not an issue because per section 3.24 of the ordinance, there is a height exception that says for every 2 additional feet that you move over, you can bump up 1 foot. So they are well within that, so we're really not here to worry about the height. The height has been met through 3.24. So what's at issue for you is the second floor, because the second floor height is at 8 foot 1.5 inches for the second floor height, so that does make it a second floor. The only thing that I would ask of this board, if you do find to approve this, is that you put in there that its use is for storage only.
Anybody have questions for Gary?
The second floor would be limited to normally to 7 feet, correct?
Well, per the Michigan code, the minimum ceiling height in a building to constitute a floor or habitable would be 7 feet. If we're less than 7 feet, then we don't even count it a floor. But whenever they ask for over that 7 foot and it makes it habitable, then it turns it into a separate story.
So if they were to keep it at 7 feet, they wouldn't need a variance, in other words.
Correct. If it was under 7 feet, then it would not require a variance.
So the height at this point is not an issue. If they kept it at 7, there's no variance for that either.
Right. The overall height of the building is well within our ordinance. So what they do within that space, we wouldn't have any objection to that because they're staying within the envelope that they have to work with. It's just that, yes, if you wanted to approve it, you would be approving for that second floor. If you denied it, then, yeah, their only option would be to lower that ceiling height to under 7 feet.
Is it their construction getting this 8 feet, or is it been designed into? We can ask them, but do you see anything in the design of their trusses that created the 8 feet, or that's?
Well, no, I mean, you get a truss, a pre-engineered truss is designed how you want it. And so this is designed to have a truss that allows for a 8-foot ceiling.
So is there a reason that it's at 8.5 feet when your height, your garage height is fine regardless, right? So you can have that height. The concern now is the internal height at 8.5. So can it be 7?
I guess are we done with the area? Then we
I'm
can get
sorry,
them back
I'm
up.
sorry.
Well, just to say, if the outside envelope makes it work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Gary.
Sorry, thank you. Does that make sense? So could you have the inside remain at 7 feet so that you're within the
I think it's a practicality thing to have 8 foot in comfort, and they're taller, it's taller people, I mean, it's just more of a.
Well, we need a.
It's going to be just storage. My wife will tell you.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm a hoarder.
we can only approve it based on the the practical difficulty, not what you want.
7 feet, huh?
I mean, unless you have something in the lot,
Yeah,
it'd be different if you couldn't build your building outside to specify within that range, but because you can have the height that you want, according to Gary, the height's not the issue here, it's the inside that's the issue.
it's the second
Does that
floor.
make sense?
Second floor issue
yeah, it bumps it into second floor territory, it makes
Right.
sense.
for living space.
If the goal is to store, it seems 7 feet would meet that criteria. And,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, here. If the Me too. If the goal is just to store, 7 feet would seem like that would meet your criteria for storage at 7 feet. And then if you needed to go higher, then what would be your hardship? Besides just saying you want to do that, what is the hardship that you're claiming to make that exception, besides wanting to do it?
Whining is the biggest reason. These guys designed it, and, you know, we came up with that dimension based on the way the thing looks.
Offers more
There's
storage.
no windows in there, it's not like it'll ever be a living space. You know,
There's no windows.
There's a
They
window.
show windows in it on the drawing.
Russ, there's a window on the drawing.
Where, not on the upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get rid of it. That was probably for ventilation, just to get air movement through it.
Yeah, air and light.
What we're talking about
Oh,
Air and
right.
light.
is, talking about storage, what you want to do is you want to maximize the width here, so that you have more floor space. The height is somewhat incidental. What does it say there, 8 foot?
8 foot
8
one,
foot
yeah.
1. So really, when they designed this truss, you know, this is just the slope of the roof, and you, these supports on the side, basically, you want to keep it up as far as you can, so that you have more floor space, more stuff.
But by lowering this down, that doesn't impact how far out you can go here.
No, it doesn't, it just,
Just keeps your floor area,
Yeah.
that ceiling height doesn't impact your floor area.
Maybe reduce your ceiling.
So it does give you more storage, though.
But-
Space.
yeah, so I
It
guess
wouldn't be
it's,
unlike me to stick something in the ceiling too, if there's.
what I can say from, and again, it's being that I have something exactly like this next door, is that the height for me is the rack storage. I got metal racks that you put together, you buy at Costco. And if you don't have the height, it just eliminates, or
Another shelf.
it eliminates the top shelf. But, so the height is only for storage, but I guess that's what.
Yeah, so the variance obviously would be to keep it from ever turning into living space by someone else, or, you know, I mean, if you ever sold it, if you ever, you know, because then you can live up there, right? You could rent it out, you could have your kids up there. You wouldn't.
I mean, there is no plumbing or septic
No.
or
Never will.
no gas.
You're not gonna need that.
Electric is all that's in it now. I will be in it. It's got a feed from the circulating, or the sprinkler pump to a hose bib outside, and that's about the only water that's there. If I need fresh water, I gotta run a hose from the
Across the bridge.
This is on the other side of it. And,
But again, you have to come up with a practical difficulty in a unique
I'm having
situation.
difficulty understanding if this is okay, why do you care what's inside?
So that it can never be livable.
Those are just the rules. We have to have a
It's-
reason to
it's in this-
vary from the rules.
That's the Clay Township ordinances. We're just going by the ordinance. We
Now,
don't.
how old is that one?
It's been around a long time and it keeps evolving.
So we have to answer all these questions in order to approve it, is basically what happens. Because they're filed for the next guy and the next guy and the next guy.
What if I build the place taller? You said that I could build it taller?
No, the question is the living space on the second floor.
I know, but if I build it taller, could I make it higher? Well, you're saying 8 feet no matter how
It's
high.
the
Yeah.
8
7
feet,
feet.
7 feet,
Second
because
floor,
you can't have a
7
second
feet.
floor.
It's basically this dimension right here.
Right, it has nothing to do with the roof pitch itself at this point, it's the inside.
Could
So
we,
you're, s-
could we argue that because the neighbor has an 8-foot garage, that, okay.
so it's more for
No.
storage, is giving you the ability to store more stuff is what
That's
you're,
that's what it's all about. In fact, I know this doesn't really show it, but we've got a side entrance that I got double doors on with an opening for a loft so I can shove it up.
Right on.
Directly in.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff then.
Well,
collected over the
we
years.
redid the cottage a few years back, and I got a bunch of, what's that stuff called?
Oh, the alderwood?
Alderwood. And I can't throw it away, it looks too nice now. Bunch of alderwood up there, I got a couple of kayaks, I got a bunch of it, my grandkids' inflatable toys. Can't tell you what else, I haven't thought about what else going up there, but I think I got an outboard motor on that stick up there.
basically, it's to prevent this from becoming a livable space, and the 7 feet is the definition. And
Jerry can
it's
probably
not-
answer the ordinance, any ordinance questions better than we can.
Right.
I prefer to keep it just because more room to start.
What was the question?
Well, the question is, where did the ordinance come
Put it in
from
the
and
title and
how
say
long?
you can't ever.
Oh, the ordinance for 15-foot mean height?
No,
And
for
once-
the, no, for the second floor,
Well,
they were questioning where the ordinance came from and how long it's been around. 'cause the
oh,
neighbors
that
had
ordinance,
input.
I go back to what 2016 said, and they revamped. And even prior to 2016, I believe the one-story 15-foot mean height was still the number for accessory. There was a time and frame, though, that, a lot of our ordinances were not being properly enforced. But anything recent since I've been on board, that's what we do. We follow the ordinances, and if you want to go outside of what the ordinances are, then this board here is an option that they have. It's always an option to go to ZBA or revise your plan.
And you can't put a deed restriction on there about livable? This property can't be sold with a livable space in there?
I believe this board has that power to do that. I don't know, I'm not an attorney, I don't know. Maybe.
So we gotta think about it. You said we go to the ZBA?
No, this is it.
This is it,
This is,
it.
this is
We
it.
appeal to you, or?
The appeal process
The
would be.
appeal
to
is district court.
District court.
So this needs to be 7 feet
Less.
or less.
Less than 7 feet.
But the roof can stay exactly how it is.
If we make this less than 7, this what, can we widen this?
Well-
Coming down on the angle.
Special trustee.
That's up to Chris, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, do I have to give you an answer tonight?
well, we're going to be,
We vote on
I'm not sure,
whether
probably.
we grant you to be able to extend it or not at this point. So,
Or table it.
or we can table until next month.
But if you could take it 7 feet or less, you don't need to come back here. There's no variance
Yeah.
required.
Right.
You don't even need to be in front of this board.
The only reason why you're here, well, initially you had 2 variances,
Uh-huh.
but obviously you've already remedied the first
As I
one.
understand it, he said the first one
Yeah,
is-
is we've
it's
remedied
just a
that.
7 foot.
Yeah.
Right, and the second one is you having that 8-foot ceiling rather than a 7. So you're here for 2 variances.
I'm gonna talk to Chris.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you're welcome.
we have to say the table, or they just?
My understanding, you would, everyone should be, I believe, to be in agreement, but
So,
Whatever your decision is, I don't know what you were, or why you would table it. Your decision is yes or no. And then they have either option to appeal within 30 days or revise the plan that meets the ordinance.
do you feel it's reasonable?
I feel that it's reasonable based on what we have allowed.
That's what I was thinking, the same thing.
And this one here, they're not asking for greater height because it fits, they can fit it within the ordinance.
Right,
So it's within the shell, what do they have?
exactly.
And that's why if you do find to approve, just to put it right on the record, because it helps me out in the long run and the future of this in the long run, that this can only be used as storage only. And with that added on there, then I know you're talking about, putting it on a deed or something like that. You can't do this.
So it's just, I would say it's,
still no practical difficulty. I don't know.
So I feel very
Well, it's just,
I mean, they want to do it, but I don't see a practical difficulty. Where you're going here. I don't understand the practical difficulty. I mean, I know you approved them, I believe, before for people who wanted to do
I know.
an Anchor Bay Drive because they want to
Anchor Bay
put a wood
Drive.
shop up there. You know, things like that, but just storage seems like,
So if he said, I want a well up there, or I want to do it, would say, okay?
I don't know all the details on that.
well, no, I mean, I'm thinking the practical difficulty
Well, it's
is
more-
giving him the ability to
it's
have
more
enough
the way
storage
they
for what he
designed it.
needs.
The garage.
I know.
What's that?
It's more how the garage is designed and stuff. on Anchor Bay Drive.
Well, because he has a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, he needs more storage.
Well then, so I was just saying that.
That could be the practical difficulty. Because
So we granted for tall people, but not short people.
now we're being discriminatory,
Right, but
right?
I'm saying, like, it's very tall, so if it would be- But shelving units, you know, I know.
Right, to give him the proper amount of shelving and storage, he needs the height.
In my basement,
It just
I can
feels
only have two
reasonable.
shelves high.
It doesn't feel
That's it.
unreasonable.
That's all I
to me.
got.
That's why I'm struggling with it. It's not unreasonable. That's why I'm
It's
struggling.
not unreasonable, we just have to figure it out.
Making it the practical difficulty. I would, for me, it's just having maximum storage. Because of
For
all
the
the
height that
items.
he has there,
For the 8 foot. Gives him the maximum amount of storage in that space.
Going forward, anyone could use that argument. Anytime you want to have that second floor, then anyone could.
and then how do
Could
we
do
know
that.
after the fact? We're not gonna have to- You know what I mean? We only have to turn
All right, we'll do it.
Yeah.
that. You're good?
Does that mean I can live in it then?
I mean, if you want to be a hermit and live in there, you can.
7 feet?
Oh, I was gonna
Tell
keep
my
us
wife
up.
she's got to stay up
No high heels up there.
there. Why no? Okay.
Then you don't even need us.
Huh?
You don't even need us then. Yes, ma'am.
Well,
Let's
So
wait.
then,
So is he withdrawing his case because it's not necessary?
I'm withdrawing the 8 feet.
so yeah, you don't,
They're withdrawing the
you're,
variance.
Yeah. Sounds like it. So you're gonna make it to 7 feet.
Right.
Made our lives easy tonight.
And you don't care that we're not paneling the side of it, do you? It's just going to be the studs on the side. We might put,
No marble floors, no.
a recliner, a recliner and TV, or
A
recliner with a TV?
Make it a man cave.
I'm teasing you.
I'm just thinking about boards on the side to keep kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Other than that, that's it.
okay,
Well, thank you.
all right,
Thank you for coming in.
Nice to see ya.
Nice meeting you.
nice to meet you.
Enjoy.
Brian Trevor. He's not here, right?
No.
No.
He's a really good customer. His son and him both. I'm sure that he's-
It's probably Brian.
Trevor's is an odd, unusual name. Is he from Detroit, do you know?
No, they're from here.
Yeah.
Bye,
Thank
Russ.
you.
I'll see ya.
Bye. Okay.
Yeah. Close public,
Say it out loud.
close public comment.
Phone numbers or 6'11".
Thank you. Thank you
know
for
where to
coming in
find
today.
See you later.
It just seems everything. But I get what you're saying. I'm gonna be there.
I don't know what the record is. Okay, I guess next item is unfinished business. Do we have any? Okay.
There's no
Report of
report.
planning.
They're not here.
Planning Commission, last meeting was in regard to the rezoning of the front of a piece of property on M29 next to, how do you say it, Ashes?
Ackett's.
Ackett's, okay,
Yeah.
I'll get it right one of these times. And that was the rezoning was approved, but then they would have to come back in and get a site plan approval. And it was only the front part of the property, not all the way back. And that
I'm
went through.
surprised they approved that. There's been a
What
lot
are they doing with
of,
it? Was I not there?
It was going to be a Dollar General.
another Dollar General.
Next to Ackett's?
Yeah.
Do we
Dollar
need it?
General.
They just
know.
closed Family
Yeah.
down in New Baltimore.
Well, they figured that way you can have a burger and do your shopping.
Yeah.
But it's still a
Make
long
it
ways
Aldi's
off.
or something.
I
So
know.
give Kroger a little competition.
I know,
So,
I agree.
But it was approved and, you know,
There was a lot of Facebook chatter on that.
they were talking about all sorts of
I
crazy
think
things
Aldi
that
should
were
buy
going on.
County Marine.
God knows we're not gonna be here forever.
Or-
Next guy that comes in.
So they have one in 23 mile.
Then you gotta fight the traffic.
Just make that like a,
So is there any other matters? I don't think we have any other matters today.
any public comments?
Public comments? No.
Okay. Make a
Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, adjourn.
We did good.